I want to bring a representative down from each of these two groups that are in conflict in some way. And we're going to really fast, quickly say, each person's going to say what they think is the key or the primary fault line or what the divide is in their personal perspective. So the divide between people in the queer community and either Christians or Muslims. Like, what is that fundamental divide? What is the thing? And then we're just going to run down the list. So then I would need someone who's Pakistani and someone who's Indian. And we're going to go fast. So because, we want to get through. We don't have a lot of time. So, all right. So listen, first off, you have to explain. What's your name?
Sarah.
What is it? Sarah.
Yeah.
Sada? Or
Yeah.
you say Sada?
Yeah.
Murtada? Hey, can you first explain what these two, what they mean?
So basically, they're just two branches of Islam. Like, they're two different groups in one religion. So just talk about the divide. It's just like a divide in history. Two groups believe different things. So basically, after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, one group believed that his best friend Abu Bakr should be his successor, and the other group believed his son-in-law Ali should be his successor. And there was like a lot of disagreement over that. And so the group that believed that Abu Bakr should follow became the Sunnis, and the other group became the Shias. And then there was a battle in Iraq, and the Sunnis killed the grandson. Yeah, and so like that's why like the Shias, I don't know. You can explain it better probably.
So what's
I don't know the Shias' point of view, but I just know like the Sunnis.
You just know that the Shias are wrong.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead. What's
It's
your
just
take?
two different opinions.
No, I know. I got you. What?
It's basically what she said about what happened after Prophet Muhammad died. We believe that the Prophet Muhammad's cousin is the rightful successor to Prophet Muhammad, and we also believe that the descendants of Prophet Muhammad, there are 12 of them. The first one is his cousin, or Prophet Muhammad's cousin, and the rest of them are like this.
So what's the essential difference between the two of you?
Honestly, there's nothing.
Well, isn't it like the way you pray or something? You either do this or you do this.
Sunnis pray like this, Shias pray like this.
Yeah.
And if you're Shia, you can have a tattoo, and if you're Sunni, you're not allowed to have a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's like the smallest differences, but like at the end of the day, like if you're a Muslim,
Can you drink if you're one or the other? Or like
No, you can't
have
drink either way.
Premarital sex or
No.
nothing?
No, we both can't eat pork.
Have brownies or anything? Nothing? Oh, what's the point then? So you either stand like this or you stand like this when you pray, and that's like, all right.
It's like if someone gets in a fight and I stand with this guy and the other guy stands with that guy.
Yeah, I got it. Well, it's sort of like for Christians, it's very similar to Catholicism and Protestantism, right? I mean, that's the closest thing that we can get to, and in a way, it kind of makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of the battles, when you hear the battles over Sunni and Shia Islam, it really is about who is the successor of the Prophet Muhammad.
In the history, but now they are just used for politics.
All right, now it's just make stuff up.
Now it's like countries, like Iran is like predominantly Shia and Saudi Arabia is predominantly Sunni.
Yeah.
So like, that's how they go. That's how they fight.
We need someone who's... Wait, we have one person who's Palestinian. You could come down, but is there anyone else who's Palestinian? And we need someone who's Jewish. Can tell us what this conflict is about. Who's Jewish? Who wants to take it? You want to take it? Oh yeah, the stock trading Jew. All right, got it. Did you make money trading stocks? You do? Seriously? So what's your name again?
Lois.
Lois?
Mala.
Mada, say hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you. No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay, what's the conflict? What's the conflict? Because Israel, the whole thing, like, what's going on?
So it's just a whole big mess, right? Like,
You can explain it if you want.
go first.
I'm curious to.
No, you go first.
Yeah,
So-
I'm curious.
You have red hair. You go first.
Oh, the ginger goes first. So it's just a whole big mess because we both feel like we're entitled to the same land for different reasons. I mean, your families have been there for centuries and have built their homes, and I mean, we've kind of like displaced you and put you into unideal situations, and it's honestly awful. But at the same time, like, Israel was given to us as kind of reparations for the Holocaust, and, you know, at the same time, in America, we are also living on stolen land as well, and we do the same things, like the same terrible things, but I still believe that America has a right to exist, and I still believe that Israel has a right to exist.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So I have to disagree with you in the sense of
Which one, though? The first part, she killed it, actually.
So, yeah, I think what you said, it was very well spoken. And I think that the Jewish religion, they believe that they have a right to be in Jerusalem and what is now known as Israel, just as much as the Palestinians believe religiously that we believe that we belong there,
Yeah.
and that we have holy sites there, and we have been there for so many centuries. But I have to disagree with you in the sense of Jews go through similarly what Jews in America go through, that Palestinians go through in Israel, because it's an oppression.
No, it's
I'm
what
not
Native
saying-
Americans go through
Oh,
here.
Native Americans.
Native
Yeah, not
okay,
Jews.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
So you're saying that.
So the equation, no, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I'm saying that we both live on stolen land. Like, the Jews live on stolen land in Israel, but Americans live on stolen land in America.
So like you have essentially in some ways refugee communities for Native Americans. We call them reservations.
Yeah.
And then you have refugee communities for Palestinians, and we call them whatever we call them.
Yeah, I agree with what you said then. I'm sorry I misunderstood you, but I think that, it's 2019 and Palestinians are still being killed by Israelis.
And I
It's
think that's terrible.
2019.
Disproportionately.
Disproportionately.
Because some Israelis are being killed by Palestinians. It's
I agree.
just a disproportion.
And that stems from being so oppressed, and at some point you have to say, how should I defend myself?
Yeah.
Should I try to fight back? But there's more than enough room for Palestinians, Jews, Muslims, Christians. Before 1954, that's the case. That was the case. There were Jews, there were Christians, and there were Muslims. Yes, it was predominantly Muslim, but they were all living in the same land.
Yeah.
Do
you want to have a response to that?
And I don't mean that aggressively to you at all.
I
Because
believe
I'm
that
going to respond to it, by the
Yeah.
way.
I definitely believe that changes need to be made to the government of Israel, and I think that Netanyahu needs to go. I think that's
Yes. Yeah.
No, hang on, though. Don't you?
But at the same time-
I'm just imagining all the emails and the hate mail I'm going to get. So just be careful. All right?
But
It's fine.
Netanyahu, I'm not beheading him, or I'm not like trying to take him out myself. But I'm just saying that I think that definitely things need to change with the government, and things need to change with how this situation is dealt with. But at the same time, I do believe that the state of Israel needs to exist and is a great ally for the United States. I believe that, the technological advances that come out of Israel are amazing, incredible, and unparalleled. But at the same time, that should not come at the cost of human life, and that should not come at the cost of peace. And so while I do believe that the state of Israel has a need to exist, I do not, and there needs to be a state for the Jewish people. Well,
No, it's great.
yeah.
The two of you
At the
are
same time, I
killing it.
believe that we need peace.
Okay. All right. This is good. I have a. Thanks.
Thank you.
You actually are very much on I mean, as
No, I
close
think
as you're
we're
going to
on
be
the same page. And I think there's a lot of Jewish people that, because I agree with what you're saying, I don't think that the Jewish people as a whole,
Yeah.
they deserve a place to call home.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we can't both call it home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Dude, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,